Hey, hello. How's everybody doing? It's Purple Thunder here, and we're back. We have a royal guest on. Evening with the King. He's here. Say hello.
Yeah. Hey, what's up?
What's going on? He is still in Germany. That has not changed. When do you come back?
The 18th of April is when I fly out, so I'll be back in the 19th, I think.
I see. I just wanted to make sure that hasn't changed.
No.
Okay, so random.
Wait, what the fuck would have happened? Would I have just been like gone home early?
No, I mean like in case you were like, I don't know, you're like, I'm moving here. This is way cooler than your dumbasses, or something. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, dude. I'm blibing.
Dude, Germany's cool. I'm staying.
That's the German verb for to stay, by the way.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying like you're vibing, but like a weird way. Bro, I'm vibing with Germany.
we speak Danglish with each other, and it's really fucking funny.
Danglish, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, for example, like I think I already talked about this though, so.
Danglish.
Like
Dagma.
Like we'll be eating food and
Speaking Danglish.
So, like, we'll be eating food and we'll be like, man, this food is really schmecked me right now.
That just sounds fucking weird. I don't even know what that means, but it just sounds weird.
Yeah, it's fun. Anyways, what was your random thought?
Wow, thanks. So I was gonna say, so I randomly, okay, so do you remember Smash Flash 2?
Yeah, the one with like Goku and Naruto.
Yeah. So there was a recent update, because that game's still being fucking updated, and one of the characters that are in it now is Crystal from Star Fox Adventures, and and I was watching Zero play it, and he was like talking about it. He was like, do you remember Star Fox Adventures, how like Crystal talked in a different language and they just made up a whole other language? I was like, fuck yeah. And it's so funny because one of the stages now in Smash Flash is the palace, the Krazoa Palace. So I was like, holy shit. I was like, so I feel like
with the jellyfish?
Yeah, with the jellyfish and everything, and the fucking dead dinosaurs randomly throwing them with that. I'm gonna eat. Good for you. Okay. But yeah, I was like, bro, we need to, whenever you get back, we'll start Purple Thunder Pals again.
I'm here.
No,
I can hear you.
Yeah. Whenever you get back from Germany, we can. I wanna try to play it again. Yeah. Or something at least.
Yeah, I wish I could just like constantly hear you.
I wish I could just listen to you. No, you're fine. But yeah, I think that was at least one of the most fun Purple Thunder and Pals to do, just because it was a fucking whack ass game.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. So first topic, big news this week. So I gotta ask. This is random.
Yeah.
So did you watch the Animal Crossing Direct?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, because I just had to make sure, because this PNTV podcast we did yesterday, it was all about Animal Crossing, and I had to ask people if they watched it because some people hadn't yet. And I was like, bro, this is literally going to be about the Animal Crossing Direct. Like, Brock said he wanted to be on. He was like, never mind, I haven't seen the Direct. Like, what the fuck? What are you people doing? So, did you watch it in English or in German?
In English.
Okay.
I'm subscribed to the normal Nintendo.
Oh, okay,
channel,
okay,
so.
not the German one.
No, it's not like cable television.
You watch Nintendo? Yeah.
Where everything turns into German.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. I thought it would have been fucking hilarious if you were just like, yeah, I watched it in German, just to, make sure I knew what they were saying.
No, I sent you the screenshot.
Oh, yeah, the hell.
Yeah, it says hello Tess.
Yeah. There are so many fucking funny screenshots from that. I'm pretty sure the one that I sent you is not actually from it, where they're like, there's a body has been discovered, but it's just like,
body has been discovered.
I don't know, like, it makes me feel like it's like out of context, because like who would edit that? Like, who got the idea to be like, you know what Tom Nook should be saying? A body.
I'm pretty sure it's a Danganronpa meme.
Okay. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. Because I put that in the Pokemon group chat, and Forrest said something about Danganronpa, and he was like, "You should," or he was like, "No. Oh, now it all makes sense." He said something along the lines of like Danganronpa in 2020, and I thought he was saying there was a new game, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But no, he was in fact talking about the thing that I put. So now I'm the dumbass.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking dumb, but I love you anyways.
Jesus. So Animal Crossing Direct. I gotta ask. So before you watch the Direct, so you are planning on getting New Horizons, correct?
Yeah.
At some point, at least. So before you watched the Direct, did you also think that, or was it like the Direct the thing that where you're like, oh hell yeah, I gotta get this game?
I was already planning on getting it just because.
Just because it's Animal Crossing?
PNTV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, not just because it was. I've never played Animal Crossing before.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
Like everybody in PNTV seemed to be wanting to get it, and I haven't had like a good social video game to play in a while.
That's true. I feel that. Okay. I was in the same vein, yeah, because I also haven't played an Animal Crossing before. I like legit just started playing the GameCube one recently, just to kind of like see what it's about. I at least want to see what's different, because a lot of Animal Crossing fans have been like, oh shit, this game looks so cool, there's all these differences, but like obviously to me, I don't know what's different about it. So I at least wanted to see like the evolution between games.
It's really funny looking at it from an outside perspective, because like they fucking like make a big deal about ramps.
Yeah, ramps and like jumping over small puddles and stuff. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's really cool if you were like a fan.
Yeah, of Animal Crossing, yeah.
But out of context, like with my lens,
it's
fucking hilarious when everybody starts fucking freaking out that you can like toast bread.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty excited in the same vein that you are about like it being kind of a social game, which obviously older Animal Crossings really haven't been, at least to the extent that we're seeing, because they're straight up like you can go to other people's islands online, and if you're all on the same Switch, you can live on the same island, which originally there was like an article I saw where the only context we had to that was there's just a report saying Animal Crossing doesn't support multiple save files. And I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, not even the method where you can like make a new profile on your Switch will let you that won't even let you have a separate save file. And I was like, oh, that's stupid. But now we see why. And honestly, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I just wish there was still the option to have multiple islands. But I'm interested to see how it plays out, because I think that'll be a cool feature to have like multiple accounts on the same island on like a single Switch. But
now I don't really understand. Is it like a Minecraft server, or
they made they made it look like there's two options. So if I was playing by myself and I have my Switch and I'm just playing offline and I have an island and I get off and then I get on with another profile, it'll be like a brand new character but on the same island. So you can set up your own house and it'll be completely separate from the house that you made before, or whoever the first person was playing, but they'll still be on the same island, so you can still see them. But then the second option is that if you just had two people, you can both be playing at the same time, but with different accounts. So I assume like you can still be playing together, but that was like the thing where it's like one of you is the leader and the other people are the followers. So it looks like the leader is really going to be the one doing shit and the followers are just going to have to follow you around, almost like old school Lego games where there's like no split screen, you just have to follow one person around.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about, because I was like, there's no way that like they're going to let you separate.
Yeah. So I think the like local multiplayer seems like it'll be pretty limited, but I like the feature of like multiple people living on the same island.
So what exactly is online multiplayer? Can we run through that?
Online multiplayer, it looks like you can straight up just kind of get like a friend's you can either, it said you can do like a friend's island, or you can even do like people that aren't your friends. You can get like there was called like dodo codes or whatever in the trailer, where you can then just go to other people's islands, and if they're there, then you can just play with them, it looked like. And that was another thing too they showed off, where they said people who join your island, they can't make edits, like they can't cut down trees and stuff like that, but if you give them permission, you can. And it was like the best friend system or whatever. So that way, so
they can't like.
I don't think they can make a house or anything. Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's to be seen. That could definitely be a thing. I hope that, I haven't actually thought about that. I hope that's a feature that online you can still like live with each other. But I don't think they showed that off, if I remember. But other than that, it seems like it'll be cool. That'll kind of put a damper on spirits because we have been talking about how it's going to be like a social game for PNTV and stuff. But if we can't like live together, that might make it a little oof to play. But we'll see.
I don't know, dude. Living together sounds kind of gay.
Wow. Well, shit. That fucking derailed me. Hold on, I'm thinking now. What was I talking about? I don't even know.
We were talking about online. And
okay. Online. So, other Animal Crossing features. Do you like the whole, what it's looking to be like, you build your own island and stuff like that? Because obviously you said you haven't played older Animal Crossings, but the other ones, it's like the island is already there, you just live there. But this one, you're kind of like building the island. So like, do you think you prefer one style over the other, or?
I think I prefer building.
Building it?
Yeah, I like building. I like building up from the ground and just seeing things grow. And what does concern me is like, what if it gets Minecraft syndrome, where like
you just don't know what to do?
Something, yeah, like you build something, like you do everything, and you sink so many hours into it, and then it's finally like done, and then like you're just like, well,
what do I do now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, that was one thing I was worried about. I was talking about this on the PNTV podcast, where there's like, because the direct was separated into like the 3 sections, and there was the one that was like, here are future things. I was like, are they doing DLC? Like, is this what we're doing now at Nintendo HQ? But they did say they're doing free updates for the game, which is really cool, I think, because they seem like they're just kind of framing it as older Animal Crossings. They have like events, so if it's like Christmas, they have like the snowy, Christmas world, and like the Christmas characters come out, and like Easter and stuff. So that's what it looks like the free updates are going to be. So that's like some content still, but nothing crazy. Like, I don't think that's going to get you like 1 million hours of playtime or anything out of these updates. But there is there's like the book. It's like the Nook book or whatever, like a fucking Kindle or whatever, where it's gonna give you like quests and stuff, or it's like the Nook Miles or whatever. So that's another thing I think that'll be nice to build. And then there was more and more stuff, like we were talking about before, like the ramps and stuff. They made it pretty clear that you're not going to be able to do that at the beginning of the game. So it looks like you kind of unlock more and more things to do on the island, which will be pretty cool, I think.
I like that. I like unlocking things. I like just sinking my time into building things and making things aesthetically pleasing to myself.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that you can choose the northern or southern hemisphere.
Yeah, that was really random. Small... It felt random, but like it makes sense at the same time. Like I was like, oh, this is a cool feature, but I was like, oh yeah, this like literally, I bet people in the southern hemisphere like fucking wish this has been a thing for forever.
Yeah, especially now that the game is connected to your time and the seasons. It probably makes more sense for people living in the southern hemisphere. Yeah. So there just seems like there's a lot of like quality of life improvements from previous Animal Crossing games, which, like we said, we're like not too familiar with older Animal Crossings, but a lot of the stuff people were getting excited for like might look stupid on the outside, but it definitely is probably a help for Animal Crossing. So. It definitely looks like a really, really chill game. Like,
yes,
I'm just
for
excited to experience the chill. Like it looks like a perfect game to play when it is when it comes out. It looks like it's the perfect game to play around that time of the year when things are getting warmer.
I can see that. Yeah, I don't have much of a chill game really to keep up with, because Animal Crossing games, they almost give you the vibe that they're kind of like mobile games, in that like you're not really going to sit there and play for 10 hours straight. It's really something you just kind of check up on every day, really, or like every other day. So and it seems like there's enough content to definitely get all of that from the game. So
I don't know. The only thing I know about Animal Crossing going into this but everyone who has played it gets super addicted to it.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
they sink a lot of hours into it.
Yeah.
So I trust that they will give me something to do.
I believe that for sure. So we talked a little bit. Yeah, PNTV Team Island. Hopefully that can be a thing where we can all like at least play on an island, because it's limited to 8 players, which is like a decent amount. I couldn't really see a time when like 8 of us are fucking playing all at the same time.
Yeah.
But if that ends up being cool enough where we can like all live on an island, that would be super dope.
Bro, do you want to have like a Animal Crossing party?
Yeah, dude, it's time. We see, it's because there's so many customization options too, with like outfits and stuff. That's like another. It's like in it's like you haven't played Temtem, but like that's another thing where it's MMO, and like you can see how cool people are. If they have like a fucking Temtem you've never seen before, you're like, ah shit, this guy's cool. So like Animal Crossing won't have that, but it'll be like, oh, I've never seen that hat before. Damn, that's some real shit right there. Yeah.
It's just turning us into like home designers and fashion.
Yes.
Like, oh shit, but we don't have the balls to compliment each other IRL when we see like a cool shirt.
Yeah, but I'll compliment your hat though in Animal Crossing. Dude, I love that hat in AC, by the way. That's fucking hilarious.
Yo, where'd you get that? How many Nook miles did that cost?
Bro, check my Nook miles, man. Fucking hell. But yeah, it seems like it could be a cool game. Hopefully we get a lot of content out of it, and free updates are going to be cool as well. So that is coming out March 20th. We are just under a month away from that, which is cool. But I want to talk about something. So Nintendo, you know, they have their big holiday games that usually come out. And so far we haven't had a main Nintendo Direct. We haven't had like an all-encompassing Nintendo Direct, and I think I was talking about this on the PNTV podcast. There was a stat going around that said this is the longest gap or like time in between main Nintendo Directs like there has ever been, or at least in a very long time. And there's like another stat where there's like every year since like, you know, like 2013 or something, there's been a Nintendo Direct, like a main one. So I'm just wondering now at this point, like what the big Nintendo game for this year is going to be. So some things that we know exist. There's Metroid Prime 4. There's Breath of the Wild 2. There's a couple of other games scattered about that are like pretty big. There's Shin Megami Tensei for the Switch. But all of these games I just listed, we pretty much know zero about. I think Metroid Prime and Shin Megami Tensei for the Switch, there's like zero information floating out there. Metroid Prime, we don't even have like in-game footage though. Like Shin Megami Tensei, they at least had a trailer. Like Metroid Prime, they were just like, it exists, and then they were like, we restarted now. So if you were a betting man, what do you think the big game for this year would be? I have probably either like Breath of the Wild 2 or maybe like a Mario Odyssey sequel or like DLC or something like that. What do you think would be the big game this year?
Breath of the Wild 2. Do
you think so?
Yeah.
I think it's I think that would be a safe bet, just because like that's really the only game we know about. That's big.
we don't really have much to go off of. But we do at least have a trailer for it, and the trailer came out last summer.
Yep, E3 last year, so almost a year ago. Smash Ultimate 2? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it might be Breath of the Wild 2, just because like it seems like they could
pull that together.
Yeah. Like Metroid Prime 4, I don't think so. Just because they had to restart everything. We might get a trailer. I think we're definitely going to get like something this year. But I don't think we're going to get like the game towards the end.
The actual game.
Shin Megami Tensei, I am not going to feign innocence. I don't really know what the fuck is going on with that. So.
Yeah, that's another one, because Atlas doesn't even know what the hell is happening, it seems like, on their end. So
yeah.
Did you play Mario Odyssey 1?
Yes.
You did? Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
Do you think it's sequel worthy?
It was an enjoyable experience. I don't know It probably will. It probably will get a sequel. I think because like Mario Galaxy got a sequel.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I was like, there's not too many like straight up sequels in Mario, but Mario Galaxy got a sequel.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wish Nintendo would just remaster all these old 3D Marios, because I would love to play Galaxy and Sunshine. Like honestly, like I wish they would do what they did for like the Mario Bros. Wii that they did, like the big collection of all the Mario Bros. Wii games. I wish they would just do that for 3D Marios, or like at least a couple of them. Yeah.
I want one of those for Mario RPG.
That would be cool too. That and then that would make people super want Geno in Smash. that would be a mega reason for people to ask for that. But I mean, yeah,
I haven't really heard any Geno hype recently. So
Brock, I'm gonna make this a clip on Twitter. Brock legit said, well, who did he say? He said he would rather have Urshifu than Geno in Smash. And I was like, wow, you're really gonna hurt all those people. Like, I don't know anything about Geno, but I'm pretty sure people will not like that you want Urshifu over Geno. Yeah, so
I know people that probably would not like either.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. But yeah, so Nintendo, they're in a weird spot. We don't know what's happening with them. That also, I mean, on one hand, it makes it cooler. Like whatever they drop will probably be a lot cooler since we don't know anything about it. But it also makes me nervous because I know Nintendo, they make some weird decisions that kind of hurt them in the end. So
yeah,
all we can do is hope.
So far they've been doing really well.
Yeah, Switch era Nintendo, they've been killing it. They really have been.
Yeah.
Since like 2017, they've really been packing heat.
It's like
games.
It's like they kind of like went to sleep for a little while.
Yeah.
Like the GameCube era happened and like everybody loved the GameCube and all the games on it and shit, and then they kind of like slept for a little bit.
Yeah.
And they of course they came out with like Smash Brothers and stuff. But, like,
I mean, yeah, they always have some killers, but like they have like these little lull periods where everybody just like stops caring about them.
And of course, like everyone's house had a Wii.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't think that Nintendo has been the attitude towards like gaming culture has changed. I think
for sure.
Like compared to like when the Wii came out, because like the Wii was a super like casual thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Switch came out, and the Switch appeals more towards like people who like to play video games.
Yeah, it was more for gamers, not just like we want everybody on planet Earth to play this, like the Wii, where they were like, we want to hit every person that's breathing. Yeah.
And because of that, like it's kind of like revived this like sort of underground feeling, kind of like it's kind of revived this sort of like most everybody has played this, or like these games are all selling well, they're also all doing really well. It's kind of like a renaissance, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I vibe with that.
Because there's a new Fire Emblem, there's a new Pokemon, there's a new Zelda, there's a new whatever Mario. Like there's new
most of them are like pretty good too. Like we're not in a stage like, I mean, these games like they're IPs that'll probably never die. Like they keep making games for them, but like we're in a situation where all their main games are doing pretty well. Like even if fans don't like them, like even for Pokemon, which people have been pretty harsh on, like it's what was it was like the fastest selling Switch game ever. Like all of their franchises are doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, they're doing very well for themselves. In fact, like I know somebody here who just bought a Switch.
That's dope.
She just bought a Switch in Germany because she wanted one. She's playing Breath of the Wild right now. So.
I'm gonna double back. Chump in the chat is talking about Geno. Geno in Smash, I think he would be cool. He's like weird though, because I don't think too many main people. Like I didn't know who he was until people were talking about how they wanted him in Smash. That he was one of those characters for me. He's another weird one where it's like weird licensing stuff, but Square Enix is in Smash already a couple times with Cloud, and then Square Enix is like low-key tied to Hero and stuff, and people want Sora and all this shit, so I don't think it's impossible for him to get in.
I don't think it's impossible, but like back when Ultimate first came out and Sakurai was introducing like King K. Rool and Rick Lee and the Belmonts and like all this like meme-worthy stuff back to back, I was like, oh yeah, definitely Geno. Geno's like the only one left.
Yeah.
But the longer that it's been going, the less I've been thinking about him, and the less I've heard from the Smash community or from people in general.
Yeah, for sure.
That they wanted, like,
that was straight up a thing where they were like showing all the characters that died in Smash 4 because they got turned into Mii costumes, and there was like Chrom, King K. Rool, like all these characters where people were like really wanted them, but then they didn't make it in Smash 4, and they all got turned into characters in Ultimate, and legit people were like, Geno is legit like the last Mii costume in Smash 4 that's not a character. Like, please let him happen.
Please.
Yeah, so... and this is I don't have this written down, but we can also talk about this. So there was, so Sakurai talks in his little Famitsu articles all the time, and they get translated. And most of the time people don't talk about them too much, but like this is really the only insider information we get on like who the next character is going to be and like the thought process and stuff. And they're usually pretty interesting because Sakurai is always like, yeah, you know, we want this character, and like, oh, we don't really want this guy or whatever. Like that's, and I think in his Famitsu article, that's where he confirmed, he was like, yeah, Goku's not going to be in Smash, sorry. Like that kind of shit is where we usually hear that information. So, but he released one that said, once again, he dropped it that the next 6 DLC characters, he himself did not decide, but he gets like the final say if they're in the game. So I don't know. It's like weirdly like a government, like checks and balances type shit, where it's like he can't propose new laws, but he can deny them or whatever. Yeah, like
veto.
Yeah. So he doesn't have like that much like power, but he can. At the end of the day, he's like, well, if this guy, if fucking Goomba can't have a moveset, sorry, he's not gonna be in the game. So he almost like low key when you read the stuff, like obviously it's been translated, so you don't know. Some of the original message might get lost, but it almost sounds like he's like low-key irritated sometimes, because the one he released after Byleth was revealed and everybody was really mad, he was like, just a reminder, I don't pick these characters, it was all Nintendo pretty much. He was like, yeah, so it almost made it sound like he didn't really want Byleth in the game, or like that would have been his top choice. So like even Sakurai is kind of mad about Byleth is what it sounded like to me, but
which is not a good thing.
Yeah, when the director of the game does not want a character in, but he's in there anyways, you know that's some corporate bullshit there. But basically the kicker here, he said not only that, you know, the 6 DLC characters, he himself did not choose them, they're already set in stone, but he also said there are no plans for more DLC characters after that, and pretty much he was saying Smash Ultimate is going to be like donezo after these next 6 DLC characters, which is kind of sad. Like we're a long ways off from getting the final DLC character, so it's not like to be super downer, but the game's only been out for a year, and they're already kind of marking up the end of it, which is kind of sad. But it's understandable. Like this is way more DLC and like extra content than we've got from any other Smash game. Like I mean, Smash 4 is legit the only game to have DLC, just because it was like the only one really capable of doing that. And there honestly weren't that many DLC characters in that game, and most of them were returning. So
yeah.
But
I think it's really funny that we're thinking about it like, oh man, this game came out. It's only been out for a year and it's ending.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, like normally games end after they come out.
Yeah, that's true. That most games, at Nintendo, I mean, like for a long time they kind of weren't up with the times where they were, like a lot of companies were doing DLC and extra content and like updates and stuff, and Nintendo really wasn't doing that until kind of recently. You know, there's DLC for Fire Emblem and now Pokemon and Smash. Like they're kind of making these things, and more people have been asking for like games as like a continued service rather than just like the normal like here's the game and then now you gotta wait 6 years for the next one type of thing. So we kind of got a little bit with that in Smash Ultimate, but I it's not really surprising that they're like, okay, we foresee the end of Smash Ultimate pretty soon. So
yeah, that's just funny because it's literally like as if it's living on the DLC hype. But it's not even that. Like it didn't even need the DLC.
Yeah,
like,
this game for sure would still be going strong right now if we had no DLC. So
yeah.
But there are some other things in there. There's like the normal Sakurai talk where he's like, oh, this might be the last Smash Bros. Because we're not talking about, we haven't planned for the next one or anything, or this might be the last one that I work on. But he's been saying that since Melee, which was 15 years ago. So
I do not trust anything that comes out of that man.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we can't trust Sakurai anymore. Obviously, like every time, you know, Smash is in development and he's always talking about how tired he is and like how hard he works, which is like very understandable. So it's like, I could definitely see a time where Sakurai's like, yeah, I'm done with this. Like I've been working on this forever. Cause there's always talks where he's just kind of like, man, I really wish I could make another game, but like I have to put all my resources into Smash. Oh shit, you got a follower. Karma's Wish, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We're just talking about random stuff right now.
What was the name?
It is Karma's Wish.
Karma's Wish.
Mm-hmm. Show feet, dude. There's a guy in chat, Chump. I'm pretty sure you and him would get along.
Show feet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you and Chump would get along with show feet.
Y'all want to see my feet? That's kind of fucking nasty.
I think you would ask for them to put it back away if we showed feet, but anyways, derailed there. Hey, we threw out so Pokemon DLC is happening, Fire Emblem DLC is happening. So you're still playing Fire Emblem, right? Three Houses?
It's almost over.
Almost over. Are you still in a I like it but I don't relationship?
I think I just like it less now.
You don't even like it? Dag.
Well, like I like the gameplay.
Mm-hmm. But you don't like the context of the fighting and stuff, or
it's just it's a dumb story.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll get killed for saying that. Mm-hmm. But okay.
There's 3 paths, isn't there?
There's 4.
Four paths. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I'm playing the worst path because there's no way that everybody can be saying this game is that good with the path that I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
Like if I had just played this path and I didn't know about any other path, I would have thought everyone is just fucking insane.
I've heard that a lot. Well, which person are you? I know like a very tiny bit.
So I'm playing the Black Eagles path.
With Edelgard?
Yes, so Edelgard has 2 paths.
Oh, okay.
Which is why there's 4.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know how to get the path that I wanted to. And I didn't get it. And sure enough, I have been suffering as a result. Because I just hate the story. I think it's really boring. And it's just not interesting. I don't wanna. So like I barely know much about it. I do plan on playing it, so I haven't like looked into the story or anything. But is Edelgard the one people keep comparing her to Hitler? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna pick Edelgard just because like I don't know anything about the story, but like Edelgard just seems like the coolest of the 3. Like the other 2 guys just seem whatever to me. But everybody was just like, yeah, she's like Hitler, and I was like, oh my god.
That must be really fucking funny, dude. Cause you're just like you just don't know anything about the. I don't know. She looks kind of cool, and then people online are just like, yeah, she's a fascist.
So, but like I legit know barely anything about it. I straight up. Before watching the Byleth conference, I didn't even know like the plot of 3 Houses is like the houses fight each other and there's like a ton. Like I didn't know anything.
I will give the game credit. I've seen clips from other routes, and I've kind of like heard like inklings of the plot from the other routes as well, and they sound vastly more interesting than the one that I'm on right now. So,
well, are you gonna try other routes then, or you're just donezo with it?
So I'm on the very last. I'm bookmarked on the very last battle right now. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna play other games.
Yeah, I feel that.
I just don't feel like playing New Game Plus or whatever. Like I'm sure like the other ones are good, like the other routes or whatever, and I would definitely like to try them out. Of course, like I want to go back maybe sometime and get the route that I actually wanted now that I know how to do it. Which, by the way that you do it is fucking stupid and not obvious, but you're not um, so yeah, I think I would maybe if I got like super bored and I didn't have anything else to do. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm playing Devil May Cry now.
Sick.
Devil May Cry 3. So I'd rather be doing that
Then fucking around in Fire Emblem.
Than doing Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
again.
I feel
also,
that.
So like another thing. I'm just gonna be like shitting on Fire. That's not my intention. But like another thing that like bothers me is that they have this like Persona-esque like you go through days kind of thing, and like you can like waste time doing activities.
Yeah.
So like, but like the thing is, I am bored. Like with the days, like
oh yeah,
they lock you in this one little area, and it feels like a fucking insane asylum. And like all you can do is just talk to some people and like increase your unit's motivation or whatever, or go fishing. But like it just I don't know. Like whenever I go back to the monastery, because like that's how it runs. Like you go on like one day, you go to the monastery. You can if you want to. Like I don't know. It's just like it seems like the main hub of the entire game should not be boring. But like after a while, I'm just like, I'm doing the same thing over and over again, and then sure enough, 2 hours flies by, and then I just feel miserable because I'm like, oh shit, well I just spent 2 hours doing fucking nothing in the monastery, talking to NPCs and shit.
Doing
like,
random bullshit.
At least with Persona, you could like go to the planetarium or whatever.
Yeah. Like
you could like do like random shit, like and the characters are good. Like the characters in the game are good. I don't think any of them like. There are characters in the Fire Emblem series that I like love, and I don't think there are any characters in this game that I love to the same extent.
Gotcha. I feel that. So, but the kicker I was kind of going for, like there is the DLC that like just came out, and I've been hearing mixed things about that. So if you're having mixed feelings about the main game, I would assume you're not too interested in paying for more. But yeah, that was kind of where I was going with that.
I see.
So you kind of touched on, you bring up Persona here. So there's also the Persona re-release. I literally got flack for calling it a remake. But there's
okay.
Persona 5 Royal. Yeah, there was people in the comments. I called it a remake because it's like that's what you call it in Pokemon. Like it's a remake or whatever. Like what would you, I know? Like I know it's probably not right, but the guy who literally was like, oh, it's not a remake, it's a re-release. He's like kind of like Twilight Princess on the Wii U. I'm like, that is literally a remake. Like that, it's a HD remake it came out on the GameCube and now it's on the Wii U. That is a remake, but whatever. Anyways, Persona 5 R is coming out, and I know you are pretty big into at least Persona 5, and I was just wondering if that had got your attention at all. I'm in a similar spot where every time I talk about it, where I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna play it anytime soon. I'm kind of in the middle of some other stuff, and I haven't even actually beaten the base one. So, like I don't foresee myself playing it, but do you foresee yourself playing Persona 5 R?
Sorry, you cut out. Do I foresee myself playing Persona 5 Royal?
Yeah. That is the question at hand. Sir?
Oh, sir. Okay, we're back. Yes, I think.
Okay.
Every time I like listen to like Persona 5 music, I'm like, oh hell yeah, like I really want to like get back into that world again. But then I also think about like the fact that it's 100 hours.
Yeah.
of an RPG, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, I really do like the game.
For sure.
But I don't know if and it for sure isn't like boring or anything. Like if you haven't played the first one, then maybe go and pick up Royale. Yeah, that's what I would say.
It's kind of almost like Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon type of thing. But I think mega fans of Persona though, I think they're all into it though. I think everybody wants to play the
I have heard that like I have heard some opinions saying that like, oh, you know, maybe all this content isn't good because Persona 5 was already loaded in the first place. You know, you don't want a game to feel too loaded. So I totally understand that. But
that's true. It's
you know,
also,
maybe if you're going in blind, you won't care that much.
yeah, for sure. I could see that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, honestly. Like, there might be too much to do. Because honestly, with me, when I play games and like I'm at a spot where there's more and more shit to do, and I just get to a point where I'm like, can I just? I'm a type of guy. I just want it to be over. Like at some points where I'm like, if I've been playing this game for like 30, 40, 50 hours, I kind of get to a point where I'm like, I want to be done. Like, I want to be.
Well, see, the thing that's fun about Persona is that it's nothing is like required of you to do. Like,
Yeah.
You'll get introduced to a new concept, maybe like, I mean, hell, you'll still be getting introduced to new concepts like towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not shitting you, but like, it's only because like a lot of it is just like circumstances. Like maybe like you just happened upon like a flyer in the city, and it was like, hey, you can come visit the planetarium, and then it just says something like, oh, now Joker knows about the planetarium, you can go there now if you want.
And you're just
But
like,
you
oh
don't
shit.
have to go there.
Yeah.
You don't have to go there. It's just kind of like real life, I guess. I mean, it is. It's just like you see like fucking an ad for a restaurant. You're like, oh, okay, I could go there.
Or not. Yeah.
I don't have to though. I don't have to complicate my life. I can just wait.
Yeah, just do what I'm normally about. I feel that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested in it. I might watch some stuff of it at the very least. Like I'm interested.
Yeah,
like there's new characters and stuff that'll always interest me, and I like the game, so.
Yeah, I've been trying to get Major to play that game because I think he would like it.
I think he would too. He's like legit a weeb. Like he's like that's Major's whole character.
He's legit a weeb, and he's like into Pokemon, and I keep telling him like, dude, this is just Pokemon, but it's like better.
Yeah, like
sense?
this is what Pokemon should be doing in like a modern game. Like a modern Pokemon should be Persona to some extent at least.
Hello,
sir. Sir, Mr. King. Did I mute myself? No, I didn't. I'm gonna disconnect and reconnect. Sir? Sir? Oh, did he mute himself? Mr. King? He just said hello and then... Damn, he's gone. Depression. He would def like it. Persona, it's just like a creature collection game, right? Because it's like it has the Shin Megami Tensei creatures in it, which some people, like when people were talking about like will Temtem get sued by Pokemon, like when people were talking about that, people bring up, well, Pokemon couldn't even do that because Pokemon isn't even like the first creature collection game. Really, that's Shin Megami Tensei. Sir, are you back?
I am back.
Okay, no, you're fine. I disconnected and then like tried talking again. You didn't say anything. I was like, well, he's gone.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything for like a minute.
Oh, you're fine. I was just like stalling until you got back.
Got it. Okay.
To wrap up that thought, yes, Pokemon is a creature collection game, but it's definitely not the first. And Persona has creature collection elements, but that's like by far definitely not the main thing. But like, it's still so deep, like the creature collection part, that's like makes it worthwhile to try as a Pokemon fan.
Yeah, for sure.
I said sir to you, Jackson, and Sam responded what?
What?
I just said sir in all caps, and he was like, what? So what else do we have? Okay, so we're gonna transition to some Pokemon things. Now, Pokemon here.
Right,
Hey, Sam, I wasn't yelling at you to watch me. I was saying sir, and I was saying sir to Jackson because he cut out. But now,
Sam, go away.
God. Sam, you missed the funniest interaction. Somebody joined. So when I switched the category to just chatting, this is what happened last time, Jackson. You kept asking me why I was laughing, and it was because people kept coming in and like they're trying to troll because I'm in the just chatting, and like people go there all the time to troll around. Like that's what Andrew and Noah do. But someone joined and they were like show feet and they followed, and I was like, bro, there's somebody in my chat you need to talk to. His name's Chump, and you would totally get along with him.
Chump.
Yeah. Oh, which by the way, Jackson, I completely forgot to tell you. I was streaming last week and I realized I hadn't I hadn't done anything to like celebrate getting 100 subs, so I did a reaction video to Clothed and Uncomfortable, and everybody loved it.
Oh shit!
But it was so funny because nobody had seen it, and so everyone's like, "Who are these people? Like, how'd you come up with this and stuff?"
Wait, like the people in the chat?
Yeah, like Chump and stuff like that. Like Chump on Twitter now says Rut. Like
Rut.
It's
Chump, did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Chomp, tell Jackson. Jackson is the director / cameraman of all the videos. He's the king. It's so funny because didn't know that was a thing. Yeah. Well, yeah. Chomp. It's just funny, like you realize a lot of the people that like are starting to watch me and Sam and stuff don't have a lot of context for stuff, because like Chomp, like didn't know I ran a monthly and stuff like that. So it's like not to put you on the spot, Chomp, but it's just funny sometimes.
Hey Chump, what's your social security number?
He would tell you. He would say, oh, he would be like, show feet and I'll tell you. Anyways.
Show feet.
Anyways, Pokemon. There's no new Pokemon news. We're supposed to be getting a look at not the mysterious. What the hell is it called? The mystical Pokemon of Sword and Shield. We're getting to see what that looks like pretty soon, because they're tied into the Pokemon movie. I'm pretty sure that's coming out pretty soon.
All right, yeah, as things are.
Yeah, as things, for whatever reason. But I want to talk more about Pokemon DLC. So we kind of talked a little bit about like the state of Pokemon and stuff last time we had an evening with the King, but I didn't really get a definitive answer from you. So do you plan on playing the DLC and stuff? Do you plan on purchasing all that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna play the first one. I might play the second one.
Oh yeah, you did say that. You were more interested in like the wintry one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like paying money for the first one.
Yeah, I feel. Are they gonna be available separately?
I think so, right? Like you should be able to just.
In my head, it makes sense, but I don't know if they listed that. They just kind of said you buy the expansion pass for $30 and you get this first one and then the second one.
I don't want to buy it for $30. I just want to get one of them.
I mean, like, yeah, I would hope that would be the business model, but that is like highway robbery if you straight up just like don't want to play one, but you do want to play the other. Like, I'm sure that's not like a popular thing where people are like, oh, I only want to play one of them, but like still, I feel like.
And like even then, I'm not like dying to get it or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that the aesthetic of the second one looks more interesting to me.
I gotcha.
I'm super into like the archaeology aspect and like the mythos and lore and stuff. Even though like Pokemon obviously doesn't care about lore because the creators themselves were shitting on people who did. So
yeah, they're like, you fuckers. Dude, who's AZ? I don't give a fuck. You shouldn't give a fuck either.
Yeah. Literally in an interview, they were like, someone asked them a question about the lore, about who AZ was or something, and they were like, this is a kid's game. And I was like, okay, cool. Glad you have that sentiment.
Wow. Yikes. So yeah, I was just... Pokemon DLC, like everybody's a super duper split opinion on it. I just want to talk about it because more I want to talk about. So a topic came up on the Pokemon themed PNTV podcast we did where we were debating, even though they kind of referenced like Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Emerald, how this is like DLC packs are different than that. Do you think they're gonna do Sword and Shield 2 anyways, or potentially like a definitive edition of Sword and Shield?
I'm sorry, was that a question? That was so choppy, I didn't hear a fucking word.
I said, do you think Sword and Shield 2 is still gonna happen even though we're getting DLC packs?
Yeah, that's something that Pokemon would do.
Do you think so?
I think that it's something that they would do.
Yeah. That was literally like the thought process I had, where I was like, this doesn't feel like like a no. Like this definitely feels like something they could do where they're like, buy the DLC packs, and then Sword and Shield 2 is like a definitive edition with extra content or whatever.
Yeah, and then there's DLC for that one too.
You're making me angry now.
and then there's Pokemon Bank.
For that one, you have to get Pokemon Bank version 2 for that.
Yeah.
God.
and then you have to buy a Pokemon Go pass so that you can like play Pokemon Go.
And then you have to buy the Pokeball Joy-Con add-on. Yeah. Yikes.
Yikes.
Though I was kind of more convinced that they might do something along the lines of like a definitive edition, but then like still have it kind of be like Sword and Shield 2. Because before we got DLC, I have a script for this video and I had to throw it out because it doesn't make any sense anymore now that we're getting DLC packs. But I was talking about what Sword and Shield 2 would be, and I felt like it would be more along the lines of Black and White 2, where it's like actually a sequel, like a continuation, rather than like a retelling with some extra bullshit. Because like Sonya becomes a professor, Marnie becomes a gym leader, Bede becomes a gym leader, Hop could be the champion. Like it could just take place in the future, and like it felt so easy. But then they were like, nope, we're doing DLC, so fuck you. So I was like, oh, it doesn't make any sense that all these plot lines just kind of end. But I mean, like that's definitely a Pokemon thing to do, where it's just like, yeah, fuck you. But at the same time, yeah, that's definitely a thing where they could just totally do Sword and Shield 2 is just like DLC, the DLC included games, and they have like a little bit of different story to justify a $60 price tag for a game you pretty much already bought. So yeah, gotta love Pokemon. And then another thing, I thought this was going to be like a positive topic to talk about on the podcast, the Diamond and Pearl remakes, which I think everybody kind of thinks is inevitable. Jake kind of planted some seeds of doubt in my mind. According to Jake, he said it felt like that they didn't really want to do the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire remakes, but he was like, at the same time that they love to print money, so like that was where my mind is. I was like, bro, you know how much money they would make off Diamond and Pearl remakes? Like, even if they were dog shit, everybody would be playing that.
Yeah.
But basically, it was just like, first, I want to hear, do you think the Diamond and Pearl remakes are happening?
Yeah.
Do you think they're coming out? Do you think it's like a soon type of thing, or do you think it's like the distant future?
Probably next year.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they make fucking games every year now.
That's true. Go ahead.
I don't know, like, I don't know about all the behind the scenes stuff or like how long it takes to make a game or whatever. But I do know that they've been making a game every year pretty consistently, and it's like, after Sword and Shield, what else are you gonna do? Might as well remake a game.
That definitely seems like their business model, and if they go with the whole thing here of like they don't make Sword and Shield, like I don't foresee Sword and Shield 2 coming out this year, just because like I think that's too outright scummy to have 2 DLC packs for this game and then have Sharp Sword and Shiny Shield or whatever come out this year. So if anything, I feel like it would come out like next year, and then maybe Diamond and Pearl after that. I don't know, because
honestly, yeah, I think it's kind of just downright scummy to have a Sword and Shield 2 in general.
I mean, yeah, for sure, but I think they would hide it better if if it comes out like next year.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely vibing with it's scummy to have Sword and Shield 2.
Scummy,
yeah.
I'm vibing.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, so we've been talking about the Diamond Pearl remakes, and like everybody's kind of at the point where they're like, yeah, it'll probably happen. But we're on the kind of conversation where it's like, should it happen? Because many people have voiced that they really don't have faith it'll be a good game, or it won't be faithful, or Sam even outright said it might be like, there's the idea it could be like Let's Go Diamond and Pearl instead of like an actual remake, or like it's a remake, but it's like, you know, like Let's Go Eevee Pikachu, but Let's Go Diamond and Pearl. So what do you think? Do you have any faith that the Diamond and Pearl remakes could like actually be good? Or do you think Nintendo and like Game Freak should just not bother and just not fucking take that massive L if they're dog shit?
That's a hard question. I've been thinking about that kind of logic a lot lately because I haven't really gone back and tried to play an old Pokemon game recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if, because for sure there is stuff in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that's like dumb. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are reasons why that is a bad game, and there are reasons why Heart Gold and Soul Silver was, or at least in our minds, a good game.
Yeah.
I just don't know, like, it seems like they have to be trying to fuck up Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Like they have to be like trying to do it intentionally. I think it'd be really easy just to like, honestly, just to remake it. Like, what could they do to make it a bad game? Like, I think that's what we have to think about.
That's true. That Jake was kind of taking. I haven't really heard this mindset where Jake was like, I don't really want them to remake Diamond and Pearl, like unless they actually did something different with it, because he was just like, you don't want to just replay the same game again. Why don't I just play the original Diamond and Pearl? Which is definitely a thought process. Like, unless it's like, I mean, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, they felt like they actually kind of added on and stuff. But like nowadays, there's just so many things you have to ask. Like, would Diamond and Pearl have the full Pokédex? Because that would make no sense that a Gen 4 game would have the full Pokédex, but Gen 8 doesn't. So like the whole thing where like the cool part about the remasters where it's like, oh, I can have Lucario in the fucking Johto region. Like, that's cool. But like, is that gonna be a thing for Diamond and Pearl? And if they do pretty much anything different, kind of like Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, like they had different things, but people were like, yeah, this is not a good game. So it's just like I don't know. If they just remake it and it's the same game with different graphics, I feel like people would not be satisfied.
I do think that like I would be lying if I said that I wasn't worried about like a Diamond and Pearl remake, just because Pokemon has already kind of, it's been losing me charm-wise throughout the past like 3 generations, I think. Like there isn't anything special about anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's partly because, like, of course I grew up, I'm not a kid anymore. It's partly because they just kind of throw legendaries and mythical Pokemon in your face and like, look, you're special.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing cool anymore.
It's partly because like we know how video games work now. We know about the mechanics of Pokemon, so like you catch a Pokemon now and it isn't special to you anymore. You just kind of see the numbers and data behind it and you're like,
I've definitely gotten rid of Pokemon from my team because they had shitty abilities or like natures before, which is just never something I would never even fathom as like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, like I think a lot of the wonder has been taken out of it. That's why I really wish that I just really wish that they would just change the formula in general.
They should like reboot it.
They should just do something different. I think they should just, because like I just want to feel that sense of wonder again. And it's not that like I'm old or whatever. It's not that I can't feel wonder. I mean, I played Breath of the Wild, and
that was pretty badass.
It felt like I was a little kid again, just fucking exploring shit. So yeah, I think it's possible.
It's not out of the question for them to make a good game.
Yeah, I don't think that it's possible in the current form that Pokemon has taken. So I think that's like the only reason why I'd be like kind of a little concerned. Like, of course I'd appreciate like the callbacks and like the remade music and the aesthetic and stuff like that. But as an overall experience, I think I would definitely probably feel underwhelmed, especially because at this point like Gen 4 remakes are just overhyped. And
yeah, everyone's been like, dude, look at this. It's like blue and pink in this game. Gen 4 remakes confirmed. Like shit like that. Like that's been a thing for forever now.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would be lying if I said that I was not at least a little concerned about that kind of feeling. But at the same time, yeah, like Pokemon has already like gotten a little stale for me, I think.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are staled with Pokemon unless you're like a fucking shiny hunter or whatever, and I'm sure even them, they want to fucking shoot themselves.
I mean, Pokemon has been making some right moves. Pokemon as a company has been making good moves in other mediums.
And like the TCG.
Like the TCG. Yeah.
TCG is always popping.
Yeah, I think the TCG is still really fun, and I also love that they're doing Mystery Dungeon remakes, which I'm surprised we haven't talked about on the podcast yet.
That's on the list here of things I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I realized that we completely skipped over that last time you were on. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I was like, is Pokemon popping in like other genres? Because they have so many things they do. Like Pokemon is a universal thing here. But
overall, like, yeah, I like the creatures themselves, and I'm always down for the aesthetics and the music. I think that they always kind of hit it on the mark. I think me and you have said over and over again that Sword and Shield, like the one thing that is like actually super, super good about Sword and Shield is the new Pokemon.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And the new designs, like, it's all really good. The music as well is really good. It's just like everything else about the games.
It's just fucking painful.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Wow. Sadness.
Yeah, sadness.
That's all you can say.
Yeah, it's just a big, like, I'm sure that I'd enjoy playing a Diamond and Pearl remake just for the nostalgic. God, I hate that I can't speak.
You're fine.
Language. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. So since you brought it up, okay, one last thing I want to touch on with Diamond and Pearl, and then we can talk about Mystery Dungeon for a little bit before we end. In the vein of Diamond and Pearl, you kind of touched on it a little bit. What do you think they would have to do for it to be good? Like, do you want them to not even mess with it and just straight up just remake it, just like make the graphics better and just like leave it the same, or do you want them to try something different with it, or?
Yeah, I do want them to try something different with it, I think.
What do you think they should be doing? Even though it's a remake, so like they couldn't probably change very much, but I want Mega Evolution to come back. That's my thing.
That would be cool. I would like that.
It would make sense for Gen 4. There's like Garchomp and Lucario. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they should do something with the world. They should probably change it up a little bit, especially if it's going to have better graphics and it's going to be put into 3D. They should probably try and not make it so blocky.
Yeah.
I think it kind of works in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but like I'm not looking for like that kind of like childish design, I think. So I would like them to probably change the world a little bit. I mostly just want things to feel mysterious and eerie and spooky again. Like I don't want answers for things. So one of the biggest things that I don't want them to do is to... What do you say? Yeah. Because I always say that, like, you know for a fact if Diamond and Pearl remakes came out today in like the modern generation of Pokemon, there'd be a guy standing outside of the old chateau, and he'd say something along the lines of, "Legend has it, if you go inside of this building at 8 o'clock,
there's this little orange fucker maybe. There's
a little dude, and he might come out, but that's only a legend though." And
you just want it to be. Right. I think it would be cool if they made it, but then if they kept. I mean, because it's like obviously even if they don't do that, like.
I think for me.
Go for it.
For me, I just want them to. When they remake the world and the land, I want them to have a lot of, what is it called? Shit. Like, subtlety. Like visual subtlety. Like, just, like, things that, like, are probably not explained, but kind of imply something.
Yeah.
That's always the vibe that I got from Sinnoh, is that it was a very, like, old, historical...
Yeah, shit was happening, but they're not like, look at this. Sam says that he wants them to have the ability to start with Galarian Meowth. that would. Thanks
for the input. Thanks for the input, Sam.
I want them to have a lot of shit. Yeah, I just hope Diamond and Pearl, like they keep all the stuff, because it's like, even if they don't have the thing Jackson's talking about where they like, oh, Rotom could be up here, but you never know. Like, even if they keep that, like, we know Rotom's gonna be there. Like, it's a remake, so it's for the OG fans. But I hope they have something where, like, maybe Pokemon that aren't actually in Diamond and Pearl. Like, what if they had, like, Zacian and Zamazenta or Big Chillin, and, like, you go find them or something? Like, that would be crazy. That would be, like, something like that. Or, like, maybe there's, like, brand new Pokemon in there, and, like, there's just, like, new legendaries or something.
That also kind of feeds into what I said, and it kind of feeds into something we were talking about earlier with what is wrong with Pokemon today. And one of the things that is wrong, in my opinion, is legendary and mythical Pokemon, how they treat them kind of just like, hey, you can just fucking grab them if you want.
Like, here
all
he
of
is.
them are in the game.
That's
so
true,
just go get them. Fucking, like, I don't know, just kind of make him feel special somehow. Make him like a boss or something. Like, change the formula of Pokemon. Yeah. And then make it so that there is a condition to catching Dialga or something. Yeah. Like, don't make it so that I can just fucking toss a Master Ball and it's over.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah. If they keep like the single Master Ball thing, like, I want them to bring back events like Celebi and like Arceus and stuff from Heart Gold Soul Silver. Like, I wish that was what it was. It's not just like, here's like fucking go in this place and then like, here you go. Or like just like mystery gifts now, where they just kind of like some dude in the Pokemon Center just gives you Zeraora or whatever the fucking yellow furry thing is. Like stuff like that. Like, I just wish there was like some effort behind them. Sam said, oops, I thought we were talking about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. So that's why he said he wants to start as Galarian Meowth, not in Diamond and Pearl. Okay. I was like, okay, Sam, I don't know if they'll do that, but...
Sam, I low-key thought that there was something wrong with your brain.
God. I just want them to have extra stuff, things to do in Diamond and Pearl, like Diamond and Pearl universe, even though they don't give a shit about lore and stuff. Like, if they had stuff to actually do, and like lore-wise, there's so many cool things in the Sinnoh universe.
Yeah, I just want them to care.
That's give a damn.
The only thing that's just like the only thing that I can ask for at this point.
Trent just joined and he said, the king, the German king. Yes, he's here.
I'm a Kaiser, yes.
Yeah, Diamond and Pearl remakes, hope they're good. Honestly, if they're shit, they should just pull a Metroid Prime 4 on that shit and just be like, sorry, we're redacted. We're trying again. We're trying over. Wouldn't that be some shit if they were like, we're working on Diamond and Pearl remakes, but we decided they're dog shit and we're starting over again. I would be so happy, honestly, if they just like took a second to recognize that they're fucking around.
Yeah, I would be very happy with that.
Yeah. Let's talk about Mystery Dungeon a little bit. So you have been like the one guy pretty much. I know Sam is also into Mystery Dungeon as well. But you're like,
don't sleep on Sam.
When I think about Mystery Dungeon, like most of the time it's like Jackson's like the guy who's super hype about Mystery Dungeon. So what were your initial thoughts? Like they're remaking Mystery Dungeon. Like this is the original Mystery Dungeon, right? That they're remaking.
Yes.
Okay, so what were your initial thoughts? Because I know everybody, like, the meme is that it was mega dead, and there's, like, Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, like everything's over for Pokemon. Super Mystery Dungeon, like, you know.
I watched the direct and legitimately thought I was in a fucking parallel dimension. When they started with, like, Mystery Dungeon text boxes and shit, I was like, what the hell is this? And it was like the original Mystery Dungeon text box. They started the direct with that. I was like, oh my god. I was crazy excited. The demo is good. I played it so far. I liked it a lot. I like the art style of the game. It kind of looks like it has kind of like a crafted, Yoshi's Crafted World style.
Yeah, I thought the art direction they took was pretty interesting. Like, you don't really see like remakes kind of completely change the entire art style, really.
Yeah, and it looks also like kind of like I love the painted backgrounds as well.
For sure.
I definitely do not think that these games should be worth $60 though.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. That I was like, oh, it's a whole $60. Okay, hold on. Before we get too deep, what did Sam say? He said Sam says Durjun is kaput? Question mark? And
Der Junge is kaput? Is that what he's trying to say?
Yeah. And they said later, he said, tell Jackson the German phrase I said if you get the chance.
That means the boy is broken. Apparently, it's an inside joke from when they were in German class or whatever, and there was a picture of a kid in a chair, and somebody described it as Der Junge is kaput.
The boy is broken. Dag, ma. Well, shit. Okay, well, that completely derailed me. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. It's cool that it's coming back. I hope they keep going with it. I hope they remake other ones, maybe make a new one that's not Super Mystery Dungeon.
I really hope that they do that too. I hope that they remake them kind of in the same style that they're, because I don't know, it's just nice. Maybe they should only be worth like $20 or something. I don't know. Yeah.
I just wish they didn't kill off all the spin-off games, because like honestly people like those more than the main series almost, pretty much, like Mystery Dungeon, Conquest, Rangers.
At this point that is gospel.
Yeah, like people
that is the truth.
People praise, Conquest, like they're just so different than like any Pokemon game really. And like the only reason they're Pokemon is just like because they take place in the Pokemon universe, but Conquest is so wild, it's like fucking Fire Emblem almost. And then
it's crazy. That's a lot of the spin-offs are really cool. I like a lot of stuff.
And even ones that are like a little more traditional, like they're not wild, like Stadium and Gale of Darkness and stuff, like pretty much everybody loves those, and they're just like killed them all off, just now we just have Sword and Shield, so which is oof.
I saw a really sad video of somebody comparing Wailord in the Stadium and Coliseum games to Wailord in Sword and Shield. I legitimately do not understand how games that came out in 2007 look better than Sword and Shield, but I could be complaining about like how Sword and Shield looked all day, so.
Yeah, oof. And in 2007, maybe I feel like they had to care a little more. They had to put a little more effort behind it. Now they're just like, here's Pokemon. Major loves Conquest. Yeah, I know. I think that's originally who I got the hype from, is like Jackson and Major talking about Conquest. And, Jackson Mystery Dungeon. I used to play Ranger back in the day. Me and my homies used to fuck with Ranger in elementary school.
I played Ranger. I only played Shadows of Almia.
Shadows of Almia. I played the original one, yeah. And I just remember it being so different. Like there's no battles, really. You're just kind of like the stylus. Yeah. And I was like, dang.
I would not mind if Pokemon just kept, started focusing on, their side projects.
That's what they should do. Fuck making a game every year. Fuck remaking a game every year. Fuck the DLC. I wish they would be like, please understand, we won't be making mainline Pokemon games ever again. Instead, we're making Pokemon Conquest 2 or whatever.
Instead, we're making Pokemon Persona.
Yes.
Crossover. Or something.
That'd be badass. They just need to, I don't know, give a damn about what the people want. They're trying to make what the hell is the name of the other Game Freak game that's coming out that nobody's talking about anymore? They're straight up making another game. It's like Town Life or whatever. So sad. Nobody gives a fuck.
Town Life.
Yeah, it was legit. It was something like that, and you fight people with ideas, or there's not actual combat. You think about things. That was legit. I'm not even making this shit.
Dude, that is government, dude. You fight people with ideas.
God.
That is Parliament. What the hell is Trent doing here?
Trent watches me
on WhatsApp.
Yeah, sometimes he's on WhatsApp. Yeah, he showed an image that him and I'm trying to stay very classified with Trent. But him and his co-workers, they play Smash on the Switch Lite.
Oh my god.
Which is fucking hilarious. They play Smash on Switch Lite together.
Yeah, that's cool.
I assume that's playing with the gamepad, but still sounds pretty cool. He said he's the best out of all of them.
Oh, okay. I believe that.
Trent, badass.
Doing
yeah.
our country a service.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like the troops, Corey? We are talking about the troops.
God, I support the troops. I support Trent at least. So, yeah. That's it for like main topics. What I like to do some catching up with the king sometimes because he is in Germany and doesn't hear about what's going on. Let's see. I got you guys on one monitor and Frostbite on the other, and then Trent said, "Did I hear my name?" Wow, so neither of you guys are actually paying attention. Instantly, nice. Back to back, I just got those.
That's nice.
Yeah, Trent, don't worry about it. Sam, don't worry about it either. Yeah, the final thing I want to talk to the king about, at least podcast-wise. No, I'm kidding. You guys are fine. I know you're listening, Sam. Final thing podcast-wise, the first PNTV monthly is next Saturday. And Jackson, I just wanted to hear your thoughts about it. I plan on like recording a whole bunch, so you can at least. I'm like stealing the weeklies. I'm like a spin-off series of weeklies, basically.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if like you knew anything about what we have going on, or if you care or anything.
No and no.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't know, but I do care.
Sick.
And I care because I like seeing the vlogs and I like seeing what everybody's up to.
Mm-hmm.
Is it at the normal location, the drywall
Zeke
location?
Drywall, yes.
Okay. I didn't know if I should be name dropping the whole damn facility.
No, so fun. Oh, okay, Trent, you're fine. I was just kidding. I know you're a busy man. So I was joking about this. I was like, Noah Zeke's the ultimate Twitter lurker because like he'll get on Twitter and then like he won't like or retweet anything from like anybody, and the first thing he's like liked / retweeted of mine in forever. That Animal Crossing, they confirmed how long the name of your island can be, and I was like, but it's still not long enough, and I was like, darn, Zeke Drywall doesn't fit, and he liked and retweeted it. Yeah. But yeah, it's looking to be a good time. Where I'm trying to institute a policy where everybody has to bring a +1, because otherwise it'll be pretty small and like it'll just be the normal crew. But it's looking like we're gonna have a decent turnout. Like Air Bear is gonna be there, and
that's sick.
Yeah, Will Taishug and the Goon Squad hopefully should be there. So
the Goon Squad, the Goonies.
Yes, the Goonies, the opposite Goonies.
Yeah, no, that sounds super cool.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to do like a catch-up podcast about it because it's next Saturday. So next time, whenever the next time we do another evening with the king, we can have like a chat about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm free to do it most weekends. These little chats.
Yeah, should be sick. The people like them, so. I
do want to say that I do think I am motivated enough to come back and start doing
PNTV Cops.
Either or monthlies or something like that.
Sick. That's what I've been telling people. I was like, bro, we're motivating everybody. Even Jackson wants to come and do Cops, and
do Cops.
And if the monthly thing sticks, like, bro, that's easy content right there. Like, even though that'll be the new thing though, where you're like, people don't want to watch us hang out at Corey's house. You'll be like, people don't want to watch us have tournaments at Zeke Drywall anymore.
Yeah, true.
But
I think I've gotten a lot more adventurous since I've been here. So I'm always gonna try to find something new. I think I'm gonna come back to the United States being a much more extroverted person than I already was. I was already kind of getting there, like getting out of my shell. Being back in Germany again has made me recluse again, just because like it's hard. It's hard sometimes to convey like things with other people when you're not speaking the same language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's just been like a little rough socially because you're always afraid, oh shit, what if I say something wrong?
Yeah.
But like in America, like I literally do not have to think about like what I don't have to think about like the grammatical structure of what I'm saying.
Yeah, you don't have to freely formulate what you're trying to say. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I could just freely talk to somebody. So I could definitely just go up to a fucking escape room or whatever and be like, yo, when are you open? I want to come here. Let me set this up. And then, like, we can report to the escape. I don't know, like, thinking of things to do in Nebraska.
I vibe. So.
I do vibe.
I vibe, bro. Trent, I would love it if you come to a monthly. We've been talking about we want to do, like, a big PNTV summer event where we try to get, like, the boys of old who don't live here anymore. We're trying to get organize something like a day to plan for, at least. Like, you don't have to come, obviously, and it's like I'm not gonna force you, but like make an event where it's like if you're gonna come to one, might as well come to this one type deal. So that would be big.
Has Sam crossed into the borders of Nebraska since I have been gone?
No, I believe Sam's only been back unless you showed up and you didn't tell us, Sam.
That is definitely a Sam thing.
You just come back to Nebraska and not say anything, Sam? No, No, he was saying that. Sam said he was coming back for like spring break time, so he was on the street. I might have 2 weeks starting on March 25th, maybe. Ooh. Well, Sam okay. Sam has said he hasn't come back. Well, if you have 2 weeks starting March 25th. The PNTV monthly in March is March 28th. Sam says March is a no-go. Well, you can't win them all. Can't get everybody. But yeah, summertime, we're trying to get something big. Spring break is supposed to be another big one too. We actually want people to come for that. And it's actually during our spring break. Chump, if you want to come to the monthly, I don't know how you're going to get here. But yeah, you're invited, Chump. So people in person would be like, oh, that's the Sam Neill guy.
Chump, where do you live, buddy?
He lives in Florida. Unless he's like a creepy old man who's like trying to catfish us, then he lives in like Indiana. But as far as I know, he lives in Florida.
Wait. I want to know the backstory of this.
Of Chump?
This is like fan prime. This is your first fan.
Fan prime. He's Sam Neill's stan, and I just get him by association when Sam's not streaming. That's the type of relationship it is. He chooses Sam over me because Sam's just number one. But
wouldn't that be funny if we like started hanging out like IRL and like his name was just actually Chump? Like, his name, of course, isn't Chump, but like we just like started calling him that.
Yo, Chump. Well, he made a joke. He was on Twitter because he was one of the people watching Clothed and Uncomfortable, and he made a joke. He was like, "You guys always call me Chump, so I'm gonna start calling Sam Shathid." And I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my god,
dude.
Fucking. When I was on like a little vacation recently, and we went to this area of Germany that's like. Whatever, it's irrelevant. And one of my friends was like, they said Shathid, and they were like, do you mean shithead or do you mean Shathid? And I was like, oh fuck, like, do you know? And no, they were referencing some other fucking TV show that already made that joke.
Yeah, it's like I think it's from a Key and Peele skit. I think Shathid.
Oh yeah, I think that definitely is.
The one where he's like, "Hey, Aaron," and he's like, "Shathid, it's Shathid," or whatever.
Way to go, Sam, for being original. Jesus Christ.
We picked that for him.
We didn't pick that. That was Sam's idea.
I don't feel like it was Sam's idea to be Shathid. I feel like that's not something Sam would want. I'm not a catfish, ask Sam. I'm a stan. You could be both. I will be streaming later today, Corey, if you want to play. Hell yeah. No, it wasn't. I don't even know what you guys are having like 3 side conversations in the chat between Trent, Chump, and Sam.
Oh my god, the Trinity. Trent, Trump, and Sam. All in different portions of the United States.
Trent, it's funny that you say that. So like the whole pick between me and Sam, this is like ever since I started streaming again with Sam, this has been a joke that they did when we would do the Nuzlocke, and then Brock was like, you're supposed to watch Sam for like gameplay, and like for him to complete the game, you're supposed to watch Corey if you want flair. That's what he said. So it's just like the age-old thing between us, I guess.
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's all we have to talk about. That kind of was like a long side conversation at the end, but I think we got some good conversation.